Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day or evening or night. Today I bring a little different video. I wanted to cover my own mod since it might be confusing or complicated by just looking at the Steam workshop. So let's get straight to it. What is Tradecraft? Tradecraft is a mod that I just came up with that allows players to grind tickets, or as I call them, research reports, and the admins can decide how to trade those research reports. So the simplest way to view it is by thinking of it as token items with extra steps. Instead of like the admin giving you the token, you grind for it by crafting multiple things, and then you go and do it, which for the player might be an extra step for engaging with the game, but for the admin it means less setup time, you know. So how does it work? Okay, so the first thing you need to do is unlock the fits, because they are not unlocked by default, they are hidden. Now they will be here in the construction, and if I set it out correctly, they will be at the top. But right now, we haven't unlocked any feet, so they are hidden by default, as you can see. Now, I have set up this little thespian here, and I have set up to unlock all the classes. It's very simple, script. Note that usually I will have something here to limit how many classes, or excuse me, occupations you can have, but for the sake of testing I didn't. So we have a conversation, a wait, buttons, and then we simply give the feed and we wait again, doing extra details. We play this sound and then we close the script. That's about it, really, to get the classes. Of course, my recommendations are that you limit one class per player, simply because eventually I plan to do class exclusive items. Well, they already are class exclusive items. So for example, I recommend you as an admin to create like special kits only the prospector can access via the prospector research reports, because each occupation has a research report, and eventually I will make it so that the prospector crafts one specific item, and then this one specific item, and this one specific item, and then each occupation has to come together to craft like a epic item that the server can use for other events. So you know, it will be like one of those quest missions in MMOs where a bunch of people work together to craft an item or something. That's the idea that I have. Anyways, let's get to it. Okay, so prospector. You can hear the sound that I added, and it said learn occupation prospector. And we come here in the preview of construction, you can see here, but I recommend you always go here so you can check it out. So the first thing that you're gonna notice is that it requires level 30. So we have unlocked it, but we cannot start the path here. You know, it follows the same path as default Conan, because we're not level 30. So let's fix that real quick with the cheat panel. Just going to set myself level 60 just to not open this thing again. And excuse me. And now you can see that we can unlock this first recipe. And here we have the recipe and the quote-unquote expedition. Of course, the expedition is just a long crafting item. So let's see how that works. So as you can see, I have locked the first path. I'm gonna stop there for now. Now I have set up another occupation merchant here, or a merchant, excuse me. And here are the items that you need to set up so that the player can actually start playing the game. excuse me. The important things that you need to sell or give away, but I recommend you sell and maybe grant us extra quest items, are the expedition supplies and seals of approval. Now, and these are all the benches and camps. So the ones with the icons, with the complete icons, are the camps, and the ones with the books are the benches. All it is simply you pick and choose which one you like most. So let me show you. I'm gonna pick the prospector and the prospector bench. It should be here. Yes, that's right. And I'm going to place them here. And this is the prospector camp, and you could use it as an admin, like to let people craft stuff in here when they're away. But it works the same way as the prospector camp. You can see it is the same recipes. Right. So what do we do here? We finally have the camp. Now you're gonna notice, since I have one here, let me throw it away. You're gonna notice that you first do the expedition. Once it's done, you can see here I have added all the details: 24 seconds, chance of success and failure. This says 9%, but in truth it's 3% plus 3% plus 3%. So there's a 3% chance of failure, but it's divided in 3. Here is the first research grade. So how does this work? You craft this, which takes 24 seconds, and you get this item in the image. Then if you go here, you're gonna see that the first research report requires one of these items. And when that's crafted, you're gonna get the research report. What do you do with this? Well, nothing. If the admin has not placed or figured out a way to reward you for grinding these things. So what I recommend is research report 1. You do simple cosmetic things. On the research report 2, you could use more advanced cosmetic things. On 3, you could do maybe placeables, rare placeables. And the thesis is the last item in the chain. And as you can see, it requires 1, 2, 3, and the seal. Okay, so let's get started. Let's actually do one of those reports. So first we have to buy. You have to figure out your own server's economy. I just put these random numbers. I'm gonna buy 10 or 20 just for the sake of testing. But I recommend you make this somewhat, expensive so that people don't grind it too fast. Alright, I'm gonna get 22. There you go. And now you can see that we can craft all this. So here we are crafting that item. And you can see that it's going very slow. We have to wait around 24 seconds. Alright, it's almost done. And you're supposed to be doing this passively, just have it, play the game, come back and craft this. As you can see, this one says that it takes 8 seconds, so fairly faster. Eventually I'll try to figure out ways where I can actually add some gameplay to the mod, but that's a little advanced for me right now. And here we have finally created our first research report. And what's the point of this? Well, you're supposed to go and take this item to some kind of admin trading post where you can exchange it for different items. So that is the purpose of this. Over here, it works the same way because it is the same crafting bench. Okay, as you can see, if we wanted to go all the way to the thesis, we will have to go in the order of all these. So we will have to craft everything, right? And you can see that I already ran out of expedition supplies. And it could be that one of these fails. And the fun thing is that if one of these fails, it'll give you a note on why it failed. So probably won't trigger because it's at 3%. But let's see if I can find the failure notes. Yeah, here they are. Right now I have this. And you know, if your expedition fails, you will get one of these notes. And for example, this one says tumble cart report. And you can see it says expedition failed, useless waste of space, which means, you know, it's useless item. But you as the admin can actually make this item worth something if you want. So that's the idea of this mod. You know, nothing does nothing, but you can decide what each part of the mod is worth. And you can see here the report. The cart tumbled down a cliff. The samples followed shortly after, and the crew spent the afternoon debating whether scattered rocks still counted as discovery. No useful materials were recovered. So yeah, that's how the mod works, and each of the classes work the same way. It's all the same for now, for the time being. So if I go and unlock all of them, this is gonna get annoying real quick. So let me just buy. Right, antiquarian. The next one, cultist and scholar. Right, and now we have all of them unlocked over here, and you can see we can let's go purchase the benches for these ones. Now I tried to make all the benches and all the camps unique, you know, to at least have some different flavor. So I'm going to place all of them over here. Or I can. I also tried to make their placement sounds unique. Small detail. So there they are. Let me see if it's because of creative mode. Yes, I was getting a little confused as to why I was showing all the recipes. I was like, oh, is that a bug? But no, it's just creative mode. So now we can actually see the truth, right? And this is the prospector. So if I go here, you can see that all of them are here. Okay, so let's just unlock all of them, just for the sake. And you can see that each next step, each of them will unlock 5 levels after. Okay, so my plan is to take it all the way to level 60, but I need your feedback first on the mod. You know, like, is it fun? It's boring? Craft time is too long, too short? I need your help balancing all that, because I don't want to add a bunch more items and then have to figure out like, oh, people don't like this. Okay, it took me like 2 or 3 weeks to do all this, but you can see that at least each item is kind of unique, and eventually I will add some different like icons to this so that they look, you know, different, and overlay. Like, this one is green, this one is yellow, this one is orange, to signalize like epic. But yeah, the plan is to continue all the way to level 60, and then at level 60 at least, I'm gonna have an item that, you know, a single player cannot craft on their own. Like, they will need a clan to craft them. So that's all in the plans. That's all in, you know, the pipeline. But I need your feedback, okay? So now you can see the whole chain again correctly. This one, prospector's manual, this one actually contains the tutorial and explains how to apply the mod. It's the text inside is the same for all classes because again, for now, all classes or occupations work the same way, right? And it's all linear. It's not. I try to not make it very confusing. Um, the other thing I wanted to show you is that I also try to have unique placements for all the benches. So that's a little detail, you know. So we spawn here a couple trolls. And let's put this back on my... I can place all these boys, girls, whatever comes out. I'm sorry if this video is too long and boring, but I wanted to show you this. So it just works just like vanilla. You know, you just can place them in different spots and they will animate. So as far as I know, because I haven't tested too long, but the trials right now are not affecting the crafting times, which is exactly the behavior that I want. It's just cosmetic. I want them to be cosmetic. The server time also will not affect the crafting time, so everything is fixed to the numbers that it says in the crafting bench. If it says 24 seconds, that's what I set it to, and that's what's going to be. However, I recommend you do not change crafting amount. That will break this mod. That will make, like, you can see each recipe will ask you for more. That will break this mod in the sense that here it will just say 1. And of course you're gonna break the progression, the intended progression. So yeah, do not change crafting amount server setting or it will break the mod's progression. What else can I tell you about? That's really about it. It's a very simple, straightforward mod once you explain it. So simply the items that you see here are the items that are required, so just match for match, right? It tells you here and it's a stone tablet, so you can go and craft a stone tablet, which takes 24 seconds with these chances of failure. The research reports don't have a failure, so you can see it's 100%. Also the thesis does not have a failure. It's just expedition named items, and it's just to add some more flavor. It's not to punish the player, honestly. So let me know what you think about the mod. You know, it was a lot of work to get it done, but I had a lot of fun doing it. Thank you for watching.